Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. And today I have the last swatching that I'm going to do here in a row. You've had a couple of other swatches from me, and this is the final one that I have to do at the moment. Right now we're going to do Marabu's Aqua Pen Graphix. I have two sets. I have the 12 set Mega Mash, which looks like this. And then I have the 6 set Metropolitan. You can also get two other 6 packs. One called the King of Bubble Gum and the other one called Make Manga. And then there is a 24 set called Octopi. The only way to get every single color that they have is to buy all the sets and get all the duplicates that you're going to get with them. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I have the 12 and the 6, and I'm going to get the 2 other 6 packs. That will leave me with a handful that I can't get except in the 24 pack. The 24 pack has some colors which are only available in it. Otherwise, the 6 sets and the 12 sets have no duplicates except for there's a black in every one. So that's no biggie because we can all use blacks. So I did start this earlier and had a major technical glitch, so I am going to start again. These are watercolor pens which are for use on watercolor paper. Here I did some swatches on some cheap watercolor paper, which is Canson. It's the cheapest stuff I buy at Michael's, and it suffices me fine for using pan watercolors. It's not good enough quality to use these markers. You can see that there's a little bit of the marker left behind in the dark colors. It totally blends out the lighter colors. I will show you one. I showed you all these, but yeah, I will show you a dark one so you can see. So you can't use these this way in your watercolor book, in your coloring books, unless you have a good quality watercolor paper, which most aren't. So, color, and I just don't want to saturate it too much or else my color will come out too light. But yeah, if I scrub too hard at this, my water paper is even going to pill because it's a cheap water paper. But as you can see, you do get a lot of color out of them. They're nice, but we can't use them that way unless we have good quality watercolor paper. Otherwise, the ways that we can use them is to use a piece of plastic, anything that's plastic, piece of packaging, wax paper, an actual palette. You know, I don't have anything on hand here, but in that case you would just take your marker, you would scribble it onto the plastic, or water resistant, let's say, because you could use a cookie sheet or a muffin tin, and then you would pick up the paint with your water brush and paint in your coloring book. And the third way to use them is to just use them as markers. So I started swatching them out here for you. What I have done is I have written down all the colors that are available here, and I'm going to swatch in the colors that I have from these 2 sets. So we started off with Cherry Red. Oh, okay, I told you this in the first time, I just forgot, is that they do not have, what, where, there we go. I was like showing you off camera. They do not have a number or a name written on them. This is what the fine tip looks like. It is basically a fine liner. Yeah. And this is what the brush tip looks like. And it is a firm brush. It is not, it's hardly flexible at all. So they're nice to use as markers. So if you go to Marabu's website, you can print off a complete list of all their colors and all the numbers of all the packs. And that is what I did. So I wrote down all the colors in the order that I like, my Roy G. Biv order, and I wrote them all down so I would know which ones I didn't have from these two packs. So, starting again, I have shown you number 31, which is Cherry Red, and then the next one that I had was number 23, which is Red Orange, and we are seeing here something that does not happen very often, is the cap is matching the color. So let's try Tangerine. It's 225. Okay, that one doesn't match. This is more yellow than the orange. And number 20, Lemon. And it matches again. Okay, so now the next one that I have is 266, which is Antique Green. So you can tell the brush end from the fine liner end because the brush end has that little gap or like a black line around the rim. The fine liner does not. It's not as noticeable as on other markers, but it's easy enough to find. Also, I put all my number labels up at that end, so it's easy for me to find too. Remember, the numbers and the color names are all found on their website. So this is number 266, Antique Green. That's nice. These are very vivid colors. Then we have 268, which is Avocado. I really like that color. It's a bit too yellow to be chartreuse, but I still like it. Then, let's see, we have 68, which is dark green. Now this is not necessarily what I call dark green. I call that more of an emerald green myself. And then the next one we have is, I think it's going to be, okay, so the next one we have is going into the blues. 255 is Aquamarine. Very light shade of blue for 255. I definitely wouldn't call that aquamarine either, but it matches. We're doing really well with the matching. It's only a couple that don't so far. Then we have let me get my blues. Okay, so next we have number 92, which is called Petrol. That's a lovely dark blue. I like that. Then we have number, okay, I don't have that one. Where's that one? Okay, the next one I have is 142, which is Gentian. I don't know how you pronounce that. That's kind of like a smoky blue there. Okay, then the next one is number 90, which is light blue. I definitely think of that as like a sky blue. And then we have 297, which is aqua green. Oh yeah, I remember doing this. I accidentally put this one in the wrong place. It's supposed to go up there with the greens, but I didn't want to rewrite it all over at that point. Okay, so that's the end of the greens and the blues that I have. Okay, so next is, let's come down over here, is number 37, which is called Plum. Whoops. Put the tag on the wrong end of that one. Then we have 236, which is light pink. Then I have number 45, which is dark brown. Number 73, which is black. Oh, and that's a nice true black as well. And we have two of those because I have two sets. You get one with every set. And finally, the last color that I have is 278, which is light gray. And it is a very light gray indeed. So there should be 10 colors here from the other two sets minus the blacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that leaves me with two colors that I don't have. There are two colors. Two colors that would come in the octopi that you can't get anywhere else. No, you know what? I'm pretty sure I have that mixed up. I think that there are a couple of duplicates besides the blacks if you buy all three sets. But I don't know about you. I'm a marker user and I like to have doubles of everything so that when a color runs out, I have one to replace it. And then when I'm down to one pack, I know I need to buy another one so that I've always got one in stock and one I'm using. And eventually you get to a point where you've got enough doubles that you can do without a color for a while. And I'm just blabbing on and on and on here. But aren't these gorgeous colors? Like, let me zoom you out a little bit so you can see the whole page at once. There. So there, it's a very nice selection. I got lots of blues and I got lots of greens, 2 oranges, 2 yellows, and then I just have one of everything else. 1 red, 1 purple, 1 pink, 1 brown, 1 black. But once you get the whole set, you'll have a really nice selection of pens there. So yeah, these are worth well, I mean, you're going to have to decide whether the price is worth it for you on these. I'm sure they're much cheaper in the U.S. And but they're definitely vibrant colors, and I can't wait to actually start coloring with these because I haven't been coloring with them because I don't color with my stuff until I swatch it. And that's why we had 3 swatchings all in a row. And now I'm going to stop talking and say that next time I see you, I will be bringing you something different than this. Actually, what I should probably get out of the way is on coloring book day. As most of you know, Dover had a huge sale, and I partook of their offerings, and I have that box here. So I think maybe I'll do that in my next video, and then I'm going to sit down and do a color and chat for you. So if you guys have any suggestions of a book you'd like to see me color in, then let me know in the comments below in this one, and in my next video I'll ask for comments too. So yes, please give me a suggestion, or I'll just have to use my own imagination and pick one out. So in the meantime, until next time, bye bye.